So what's good, TMG fam? It's your boy, Babyface L. Hey, my sons told me I look younger. But what's good, man? It's your boy L, and I'm back with another reaction. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. So, it's time for some drone footage. Y'all know how I feel about the drone. Still have yet to get me one, though. I don't know, as soon as I get ready to go get one or think about going to get one, first thing I think of is, man, I've seen so many people take them out the box, flying for like a split second, and then they crash and it's over with. So if I want to just take my money, I could just go to the bathroom and flush it down the toilet if I want to do that. But I'm still thinking about getting one, man. I'm definitely still thinking about getting one. And my birthday is tomorrow, man, October 14th. Your boy's birthday tomorrow, so go ahead and start lighting up the chat, baby. Comment section, put the happy birthdays, because it's tomorrow, bro, so you know I'm gonna be right tomorrow. So the title of this video is Drone Captures What No One Was Supposed to See. Here we go. Uh-oh, whoa. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and we cannot. Just cause I done brought the baby face back, I can't forget about the haters. They definitely gonna be lurking now. They definitely gonna be lurking. All right, so we're gonna give them a moment of silence for the haters. That's enough. And run the likes up. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's go.
You never know what you're gonna get when you break out your drones at these heights, in these fascinating locales, or in the face of danger. The great thing about this technology is it really gives us a bird's eye view of some extraordinary things. Even if we're not meant to, like into volcanoes or soaring over a field in a bathtub. But you also get to see armies of drones advertising video games in the sky in China, a symphony of unmanned aerial excellence, and just try to unsee an alligator eat one. Drone captures what no one was supposed to see, part 2.
I'm gonna look at the camera and not at it, is that okay?
Number 15. Getting up close to fireworks. Shot in the middle of a fireworks display, this video was captured with the DJI Phantom 2 quadcopter drone.
See, that's what makes drones dope, bro. I never would have thought I'd get to see it from like this angle. You know what I'm saying? That's super dope.
And frankly, you won't see fireworks so up close without it. Ever wonder what it would look like to fly through the sky during a fireworks show? A West Palm Beach man just did that with his drones, and the footage is absolutely epic. The results are so spectacular as giant flashes of light zing by the camera. It's very much like a scene from Star Wars, and because of that, the video creation went viral and continues to astound viewers, including some who claim this is highly illegal. This person might still be subject to criminal or civil penalties, wrote officials. The drone in this video made it safely through the fireworks, but if you put a few more drones in the air, you're bound to have a mid-air collision. The user also hasn't uploaded any other videos, though the GoPro video was filmed in West Palm Beach in Florida. When you hear the words drones and explosions in the same sentence, your first thought is probably not this. And even if it was illegal to fly a drone like this, you can't help but be blown away. Literally.
I would definitely be worried about it catching fire. That's about it. But illegal? How would it? I'm confused on that one, bro.
The drone, incredibly, survived the journey. Now, let's get ready for today's open discussion. The Ninja is described as a whale-like creature, but has anatomical similarities to humans. The creature has a face, and in some stories it's said to have extremely large limbs. The pigmentation of the creature is said to be pale white. Could this be what we're looking at here?
It don't matter to me. I have no business being out there. No reason to be out there. No, not of my concern, but for y'all to have to go out there or dream to go and need, hey man, y'all need to worry about this being out there, but I ain't never going.
Is this drone footage of a Ninja? They say it's an aquatic humanoid creature reported to inhabit the sub-Antarctic oceans. The word in Japanese even means human, but that doesn't look like any human I've ever seen. The legend surrounding the Ninja began on a forum post in Japan, which claims that the members of a whale research ship witnessed the creature as it surfaced near the ship of the Antarctic coast. Since then, there have been numerous sightings of the Ninja. But what do you think? Did this drone footage capture the humanoid? Leave your ideas below with the hashtag open discussion. You want to...
That Joker had like, y'all saw him, he had calves and like athletic calves. Like, so there ain't no running from him. Hold on. Ain't no running from him. Look. Fam, where you running? He got like Usain Bolt leg strength. Yeah. You're not getting away from him, fam. I'd be careful if I was y'all.
Secret? If you smash the like button, subscribe, and click the notification bell, you'll have superpowers for the rest of your life. So what are you waiting for? Time to fly. Number 14, grocery shopping in the bathtub. These creative brothers, Philip and Johannes, showed off their latest invention, taking the...
Yo, if somebody could build me this, bro, oh my God, I would appreciate you, man. If somebody could build me this, because you know what I would do? Like, wait till my kids get around their friends, and I pull this bad boy out and fly it right around them. Bro, this like is a signature moment for me to embarrass my children. Fam, I need this. A tub that flies. Oh my gosh, bro. Yes, I'm that parent. Love to embarrass.
Propeller-powered bathtub from a driveway, across fields, and into the car park outside a favorite sandwich shop. And this is the surreal moment pilot Philip stunned villagers as he decided to fly to the local bakery in a bathtub. While he was there, he picked up a sandwich at the bakery while onlookers took pictures of the insane contraption. The moment was captured in Würzburg, North Germany, after the two brothers had unveiled their unusual creation. The pilot gets trapped in before the propeller starts wearing and the tub lifts off.
And it looks just like a drone, just bigger, bro. He got the propellers like in the same location for where a drone would be. Like he pretty much constructed and made a drone out of a tub.
As the improvised plane gains ground, we see the bathtub rising over the German countryside. We also see pilot Philip's point of view in the miniature aircraft. At one point, the bathtub comes close enough to the ground that it's splashed by standing water in a field, but then rises again. With the shop in sight, customers are seen filming the unusual moment on their phones before the drone descends and lands neatly in the car park. Is this the world's first manned flying bathtub? Who doesn't dream of going shopping like this? Number 13. Exploring haunted houses. Drone racing, with cameras showing the live stream, is actually a competitive sport, the goal of which is to complete a set course as quickly as possible, as its origins go back to Germany around 2011. It's technically called first-person view when the camera includes the watcher in the race, and it really gives you a front row seat to the race. As you watch this, it feels like the start of a horror movie.
Right.
This footage was captured by a drone in Poland. Allegedly, the factory in this video is notoriously haunted, and within seconds of watching, you won't at all be surprised this haunted factory comes complete with sound effects. Like mice squeaking and children giggling. The drone even floats through the bushes overtaking the interior. We also get to see some fantastic graffiti by some talented artists, which does bring the spooky factor down a notch. But the captain of this drone is doing a really good job moving through the entire space. The flying robot dips and dives, going fast and slow, barely skimming the puddles on the factory floor. The drone soars through hallways and upstairs. You really get a good idea about this haunted factory, while simultaneously fueling the imagination. The pilot wears goggles that are connected to the drone, and this gives the pilot the real authentic race experience. People are racing drones all over the world, but this race is a scary one indeed.
I've seen that before, but I always advise you, don't do that while drinking. I could see that getting very, very sick. Somebody getting very sick and puking just early everywhere. Ugh.
Number 12. The giant QR code in the sky. So while we might not have the massive holographic advertisements of the Blade Runner film, yet we should expect to see companies employ drone tech to sell their products more in the future. Drones in China took to the skies recently to form the image of a QR code to promote a video game. A QR code is a type of matrix barcode invented in 1994 by the Japanese automotive company Denso Wave. A barcode is a machine-readable optical label that contains information about the item to which it's attached. 1,500 drones flew over Shanghai to celebrate the first anniversary of the Chinese release of the Japanese video game Princess Connect, This is a role-playing game you play on your devices.
Bro, technology is crazy. To be able to do that and using that's crazy.
Along with the QR code, the drones formed the image of several characters from the game. The light show was produced by a Chinese video streaming platform. If you scan the QR code formed by the drones, it takes you to the homepage of the Princess Connect. It sure is fun to watch, and it must be fun to play. Drones have actually been used for advertising for years now. In fact, Uber was employing drones to bother drivers with advertisements in Mexico City as far back as 2016. China has arguably been the biggest embracer of drone advertising, as you can see. Number 11. Walking into a volcano. A window into hell is how a man who voluntarily jumped into this active volcano described this experience.
Like, they love this drone footage. They always showing this one.
We'd have to agree. Epic adventurer Sam Kosman tackled the lava-infused Maron crater in Vanuatu, the South Pacific, and with
I ain't gonna lie, it's still amazing though. I say that, but it's still amazing. Look at that, fam. Something so deadly.
the help of his videography team, caught some steamy footage. The silver-suited thrill-seeker was filmed calmly ambling by the volcano despite the intense heat from the lava, which actually caused some of his garb to melt. Although images from the expedition were released in 2014, newly released drone footage brings a new angle to the trip. The crew used a drone to map areas of the crater and used a 3D model to enable virtual field research with volcanologists during the 2014 project. This volcano is one of the most active volcanoes of the New Hebrides volcanic arc. The crater is the result of a huge Plinian eruption, which took place around 50 AD. Its explosive force is rated 6, the third highest explosions in recent geological history. Kosman said the experience was terrifying. All fear was eclipsed by a surplus of adrenaline when dangling above the nearly unimaginable sight of a glowing fiery pit likened only to the surface of the sun at close range. Number 10. Gigantic manta ray. In the clip, a shark can be seen swimming alongside this huge ray, but it appears to be tiny in comparison. This is the largest type of ray with a wingspan of up to 30 feet. While we know sharks can reach grand sizes, they can look tiny in comparison to a ray fish like this.
Bro, I'm used to like those type of little rays. I think those, you ever been like fishing on a pier and catch one, like, and have to get it off your line? But I ain't never seen one that massive, bro. I didn't know how huge it was until they said, he pointed out the shark being like there in comparison. That's insane.
There are rays that can
That shark looked like a minnow. That's exactly what it looked like.
grow up to weigh as much as 6,000 pounds. This giant oceanic manta ray fish was spotted in the ocean in Trinidad with this shark, but don't they look right at home together? But rays are ocean-going species and spend most of their life far from land, traveling with the currents and migrating to areas where upwellings of nutrient-rich water increase the availability of zooplankton. The giant oceanic manta ray has a widespread distribution in tropical and temperate waters worldwide. In the northern hemisphere, it's been recorded as far north as California and New Jersey in the United States. In the southern hemisphere, it occurs as far as south as Peru, Uruguay, South Africa, and New Zealand. But seeing these two together is strange, even though they're related. About 27% of a ray's diet is based on filter feeding, consuming large quantities of zooplankton in the form of shrimp, krill, and planktonic crabs. An individual manta may eat about 13% of its body weight each week. That's big. Number 9. Back to the future hoverboards. Hoverboards aren't a new concept, but new breakthroughs in this tech have made a much more futuristic product possible. This company claims to have created the first flying hoverboard. Their website shows incredible video.
I still ain't learned how to ride the first hoverboard. Nah, I'm definitely not getting on a flying one.
Like the ones in the video player above. Good news for adventure seekers. The boards will be made available to the public soon. Officials were unable to confirm how many boards would be available during the initial release, but the company is currently expecting the hoverboards to retail for somewhere between 40 and 50 grand. That's no cheap.
Oh, you ain't gotta worry about that. I ain't getting one down no way. 40 grand for that? 40 grand. Ain't no way. That justify me spending 40 grand for that.
Toy. But not just anyone can use it. There will be a weight limit of 200 pounds for the hoverboards, and the heavier the weight, the shorter the flight time. Makes sense, right? The idea for the hoverboards came from movies like the epic 1980s flick Back to the Future, and with progress in the physics and drone fields, as well as multicopters, it allowed the team at Omni Hoverboards to take their dreams and turn them into reality. As the field continues to evolve, thanks to research and development like this, they're confident this will turn into a one-of-a-kind vehicle. But it will cost you. As for the laws that govern these vehicles, American regulations prevent the hoverboard from being flown in dense population centers. Number 8. Ghost Girl. This is going to sound like a Hollywood blockbuster or the beginnings of a famous urban myth. Except this story has been talked about for decades.
Yes.
The black-eyed girl.
Yes, it has.
Of Cannock Chase in England. If you love a good ghost story, you'll love this. It involves a quadcopter, a camera, a field, and a mysterious apparition on the edge of a forest. A psychic claimed to have come face to face with a black-eyed child described here, and revealed the ghoul was most likely the victim of a diphtheria outbreak in the 1800s. The deadly plague in the Victorian era was known for causing victims to suffer paralysis in their eyes, making their sockets appear sunken. But are these people alive, or are we looking at a ghost? There's also the speculation that the black-eyed girl is related to a series of child killings in the 1960s. And others claim that these black-eyed people make appearances all over the world. So there's maybe...
Okay. Now, he's the first person to go deeper about the story other than just showing the footage. Whoa. That threw me off.
more than one, which is just plain creepy. There are reports of them knocking on people's doors and taunting their victims. You can apparently hear them screaming in the distance, which is just plain scary. But not as much as this drone flying past the Ghost Girl. We're quite certain whomever was piloting this aircraft was not expecting this. Number 7. Alligators hate drones. Capturing photos and videos of wildlife often means walking a tightrope or getting close enough for a great shot without endangering the animal you're shooting. Unfortunately, every so often a photographer or influencer makes headlines for all the wrong reasons. A recent video posted on TikTok shows a travel influencer flying a drone so close to an alligator that it snatches it from the air, causing the device to explode in its mouth. Lithium-ion batteries contain flammable electrolytes that can lead to explosions and fires when damaged. The contents of the battery burn at a high temperature and also release toxic gas. This person, who was visiting the Everglades in Florida, was captured flying the drone less than 2 feet from the poor gator. It appears that the proximity of the drone aggravated the animal, which leaps into the air and attacks. What else did you expect? A few seconds later, puffs of smoke can be seen billowing from the alligator's mouth, most likely caused by the battery exploding. You really don't want to be bitten by an alligator. Large individuals bite down with 2,960 pounds of force, one of the most powerful bites ever recorded for a living animal. Number 6. Chased by a flamethrower. It's not exactly the normal thing to do.
Another thing on my list of things to have. Flamethrower. A lot of you are like, oh, you don't need no flame. Yes, I do, bro. I need somebody that will give me a flamethrower and clear my schedule for the next 2 weeks, bro. I'm not doing anything but messing with the flamethrower, and send the fire department to my location. All right.
When you connect with a buddy, this is what went down. At the time these two blokes met, one was making drones and first-person view frames. Turns out he also had a flamethrower company, so they wanted to get together to film the flamethrower racing drones. Clearly, these flamethrowers deliver the power, performance, and safety to set even the biggest challenges up in smoke. Unlock the true performance of a flamethrower with their fuel-thickening flame juice, which is clearly the secret ingredient behind these powerful blasts. But the drone holds its own, and it really piloted well to maximize the effects of its unusual footage. The original flamethrower was capable of firing a jet of flame out to a distance of 20 yards and was
I need one. Somebody help me out.
designed to be carried and operated by a single soldier. Originally invented by a German engineer, Richard Fiedler, in 1900, the flamethrower was accepted into service in 1911. Now look how far we've come. Its short range and small amount of fuel a single man could carry on his back meant it had to be used sparingly. Good thing these fellas have plenty of room to blow off some steam, so to speak. Number 5. Huge tire fire. Authorities say a fire where an estimated 100,000 tires were burning for nearly a week at an Odessa disposal facility was finally extinguished. Odessa, Texas has been featured in pop culture landmarks like movies like No Country for Old Men as the quintessential middle of nowhere town. That's no joke. It's so isolated that when these tires caught fire, the closest fire hydrant was about 4 miles away. However, there was plenty of time to shoot some jaw-dropping drone footage. The fire reportedly started around 3 p.m. on Sunday afternoon and raged throughout the night. Because of
That's a long day for a fire department. He just told you the closest hydrant was 4 miles away, which means you got to have tanker trucks rotating these in and out. Because although you may think 1,000 gallons of water may last, it don't last that long. So now what they normally do is they hook up to a hydrant and keep supplying the truck with water so that you never run out. But now you got to create sort of a shuttle to get water in and out as it dries. Long day.
the lack of fire hydrants, local firefighters found themselves in a losing cycle of bringing in fire trucks, spraying their water resources, and going back for more. When they returned, the fire had just grown larger. Local residents were warned to stay indoors and keep their windows closed. Several roads were shut down while black smoke billowed for miles. First responders eventually covered the flames with dirt at the 3-acre site. No injuries were reported and no structures were affected. These tires are being used for a land reclamation project. When a pile of tires catch fire in an arid climate such as this, the blaze will prove difficult to extinguish under the best of circumstances. Number 4. Shark stalks boat. The footage was recorded near Port Lincoln in South Australia. A fisherman's terrifying encounter with a great white shark was caught on camera by a drone hovering overhead. The 15-foot shark attacks the crab boat before circling around under the water and thrashing at it a second time. The man on board the small twin-engine boat frantically rushes over to try and scare the animal away. But what do you do when you're faced with a great white shark? The area is popular with tourists wanting to try cage diving.
Try not to piss him off. That's what we do.
And with huge animals, with the Australian shark tourism industry bringing in millions of dollars a year. Port Lincoln is Australia's top place to cage dive with great white sharks. Although back in August, strict new feeding habits had been put on to cage diving operators in the Port Lincoln area. This shark wasn't going to wait and felt the need to let these fishermen know about it. Local press reported that the two operators were licensed to use teaser bait, and if a shark grabs a teaser bait or crashes into an underwater viewing cage while trying to eat it, all teasing behavior activity must cease for 15 minutes. But this shark wanted none of that. It ominously swam around the boat for 15 minutes, with dramatic footage even showing it ramming the vessel and biting the motor. Number 3. Mysterious crop circles. Reports of mysterious
Alien alert.
patterns appearing in wheat, barley, and cornfields in this area began to circulate in the 1970s. But it was late in the 80s that the phenomenon exploded. Circles began to appear more frequently and became far more ornate. Some resembled trippy fractals, others rune-like hieroglyphs, others stylized animals recalling those of the Nazca lines in Peru. The intricacy and size of the formations, coupled with the fact that they would appear overnight, seemingly out of nowhere, baffles locals and farmers alike. In 1996, a crop circle appeared opposite Stonehenge depicting a mathematical fractal called a Julius set. A similar formation that emerged on Milk Hill in 2001 was one of the largest ever, stretching 900 feet. A 2008 formation near the Iron Age Hill fort of Barbary Castle required decoding by an astrophysicist, who concluded that it was a geometric representation of the first 10 digits of pi. The phenomenon peaked in the 1990s and early 2000s, but continues today. An average of 30 crop circles appear each year in the UK, around 80% of them nearby here. Although such formations have appeared worldwide, Southwest England is the world capital of crop circles. Number 2. Biggest traffic jam ever. This is what happened at the end of the National Day Golden Week holiday. The Golden Week in China is the name given to 3 separate 7-day or 8-day national holidays which were implemented in 2000. They're primarily intended to help expand the domestic tourism market and improve the national standard of living as well as allowing people to make long-distance family visits with periods of greatly heightened travel activity. An astonishing 750 million people, half of China's total population, went on holiday during Golden Week. This route serves as the main route for cross-country travelers in the populous eastern part of China, where most of the country's population resides. A new checkpoint on a motorway leading to Beijing caused these huge queues as the week-long holiday drew to a close. Incredible footage captured by a drone showed the sheer magnitude of the traffic chaos as several hundred million people began their journeys home. Aerial footage of the monster traffic jam that could be seen converging on toll booths on the 1,412-mile expressway were widely shared.
You better have a full tank of gas, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Online. You've heard of the Great Wall of China, but how about the Great Crawl of China? This looks like the start of the end of a very forgettable day. Number 1. Gigantic super yacht in narrow canal. The incredible sight of a brand new 310-foot-long super yacht being very carefully transported through tiny quaint villages.
So my bucket list too. Yacht life. Yacht life. That's what it's gonna be called. Yacht life.
Villages in Holland before entering the North Sea has been captured in the mesmerizing footage. If you're a nervous driver, this might trigger you. But just imagine having to try and drive a boat this big. Photographer and videographer Tom Van Osanen followed the vessel, called Viva, as she was guided for 3 days along narrow canals and rivers with her eye-catching 88-foot-high frame towering over houses, church spires, and windmills. Viva spans 44 feet from port to starboard, and some of the sections she squeezed through were only 46 feet wide, a very delicate operation. He explained that pontoons were attached to the front and the rear of the yacht to lift the boat out of the water slightly. Otherwise, she would have been too deep for the canals. Then 2 tugboats were attached to each of the pontoons to maneuver her, pulling and pushing all the way from the shipyard to the North Sea. To capture the colossal vessel in action, they used a combination of techniques. He revealed, "Some of the images I took using a drone, and I took others from buildings or from ground level to show the yacht from different perspectives. An absolute epic process. At these heights and in these exotic locations, you never know what you're gonna get when you break out your drones."
Now, some of these we've seen, but the drone footage in the sky, the new flying hoverboards, the flying tub, like that got me hyped. I ain't gonna lie to you. That got me hyped. So while they need some more drone footage going around, but some of this stuff in here is getting crazy. And it's showing you, bro, where their heads are as far as in the future with technology, fam. It's about to get crazy, bro. It's about to get crazy in the next several years. You already see what they're doing with cars. These drones is about to get insane. So prepare yourselves. I don't suggest you spend 40 grand though. Don't wait till they come down. You know what I mean? Then you can catch them on like a Black Friday or something like that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, man. I see y'all tomorrow. Birthday time. Y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. And stick around and stay tuned. Babyface L will be back. Till the next reaction, I'm out. Peace. Y'all stay solid. Hey.